Angelo Agrizzi's bail appeal will be handed down on Friday. The High Court in Johannesburg this morning heard Agrizzi's bail appeal for his fraud and corruption case. The Specialised Commercial Crimes Court, sitting in the Palm Ridge Magistrates Court east of Johannesburg, turned down his bail application a week ago after the state argued that he was a flight risk. Agrizzi is currently facing fraud and corruption charges dating back to when he was working for Bosasa, which is now trading as African Global Operations. His bail hearing was held in absentia as he's still in hospital. SABC News reporter Samkele Maseko has been following court proceedings. We crossed to him for more. Very good afternoon to you, Samkele. What arguments were heard in court today?
Essentially, the arguments that were in court was that, particularly from the state's state prosecutor, Advocate Honor Rousseau, is that Angelo Agrizzi failed to declare the assets that he has offshore out of South Africa, particularly those assets that amount to about 30 million rands that he has in Italy. The state saying that he downplayed these particular assets and saying that he just purchased a B&B in Italy and never declared the 30 million rands worth of assets and the luxurious vehicle that he has in Italy. The state saying that in the initial affidavit that Angelo Agrizzi had filed, he did not declare these assets, and the state goes on to say that he was essentially setting himself up and is a flight risk, so that when he evades the criminal justice system in the country, he goes and lives a very lavish and posh lifestyle that many middle-class families in the country can only dream of. But his legal team, led by Advocate Manny Woods, basically saying that Angelo Agrizzi is not a flight risk. He did declare these particular assets, and these assets that he has offshore, he did pay tax on them, and that they were purchased and moved those assets through the Absa Bank, and the South African Reserve Bank has knowledge of these particular assets. His legal team saying that he's not a flight risk, and he intends on appearing on all the charges that he faces here in the country, particularly, and he's giving information in the State Capture Commission of Inquiry, and that he is not trying to evade the criminal justice system in the country. But judgment on this appeal of Angelo Agrizzi in the Johannesburg High Court on his bail application not being granted by the Palm Ridge Magistrates Court, looking into the specialized commercial crimes in the country, he's going to know by Friday whether he will be granted bail or not, when the judge gives judgment saying that there are some few areas that he needs to study in the various arguments that were presented here today by the two legal teams.
Samkele Maseko giving us an update there from that bail appeal of Angelo Agrizzi. Let's go